Our second reader is a Chicago-based musician and writer who recently released his sixth album, Gallows Etiquette. His poetry and writing has appeared in Poetry East, Measure, and Split Lip magazine. Please welcome Cameron McGill.
Hello. How are you? I'll read you a few poems tonight. This first one is a bit of an invocation, I guess. The meridians open their black umbrellas of night. Big sky bonkers over Benzonia. Alone, north, a diamond speck on the black velvet mat. I thought of that world of magic beyond understanding, while the treetops, blanketed by moonlight, shook their dark wings in a spell of wind. Wrapped under the order, constellation and cloud light, figuring numbers in counted chaos. Above, beauty empties its pockets, and your life doesn't matter beyond this longitude. A dock, its thin arm reaching to the gray pan of lake. The moon dropping like a yolk in the middle shines. I keep a small light where the madmen can't touch it. The dogs can't touch it. Under the meridians I let go the dark, that you would come take me by the hand to a field. I wait now amongst a stand of trees, so that anywhere I go will be a clearing. This next one I read this past year's Gwendolyn Brooks Open Mic Award, which was a lot of fun here in Chicago, and this is one called Tiny. Before nothing was there, nothing was missing. Now you imagine her voice, how it would catch your ear among hundreds, the color of her hair in your hands, what she'd look like running towards you years later. What promise you were stitching deep inside yourself only one of you would keep. At first you agreed on a silence, then a heartbeat, a hummingbird, sprint to the finish. Her movement mostly undetected, 1,000 silent armies of blood bombarding. And you cradled her that way, making a path through the world for the both of you. They sell felt fruit now to commemorate the size of your baby. An orange slice you stroke between thumb and forefinger. A smile of cantaloupe on your pillow. Sometimes you find yourself still talking to her. She has already answered you with a voice as quiet as a moth caught in a stack of glasses. Something fell from a great height within you, and that was it. You only saw her once. She only ran away from you once. This next one, I spent some time traveling in Ireland this past year a little bit, and visited the Famine Walk Memorial in the Duloc Valley. So this is a series of short vignettes about that day. It's called Connemara Blues. 1. Duloc opens like a hand, empties like a cloud. Gray stone and green hills swept, a wet stab of purple rhododendron. 2. In the junked Skoda, parked, lunch in a downpour, green olives, sharp killeen, and the smell of sheep from my sweater. 3. The passenger seat, On my lap, an unfolded map. Olives on Sligo, bread on Donegal. On Mayo, bones from your cold chicken. 4. Circling Linan to be sure, the beauty is real. Fjords stuck like forks into the bay, blue bleeds green through the viewfinder. 5. Famine stalks the valley of Moria Mountains. Ghosts and peat sit stacked thin and quiet. Fishermen float in fat boats. 6. Night, sharp, black, moon glint, hypodermic over R335. The road wet, dark as torrified malt. Louisburg to Linan, a silent bulge of sky. 7. Pulling over for sheep, getting out, stars puncture the sky with bites of white fed down to the hungry lake, its body rotting in moonlight. 8. Outside, no sound but sheep and wind on the road in the watered night. The blood-dark arm of hills reaches in the wet earth, pulls out 200 voices. 9. Black sky holding. The night pours balsamic over Loch Corrib, some dark sleep. My stranger, leave me. The dream leaves me. 10. The moon, bone white, stricken and brittle. How it must have fallen on the children's arms. This next one is called Then There Was the Bad Weather. Spits ice from a glass, why not? Off that balcony on the Rue de Vagum, smoke blue shale of dusk fitting itself along the shuttered avenues. Magritte's muscles of sky move in slow aptitude of grays. A wonderful city for wars to end in. The boys, half a century ago, who slopped their blood like custodians with mops along these shores for miles. Yesterday I did 2 things in vain. Stood behind great guns who spat tall tongues of fire to flesh in Normandy, and upon stone-white seas of St. Laurent watched dominoes in sunlight fall, thousands towards the blue ocean, silently from a strafe of gulls' shadows, tumbling them to cliffs. I've started doing this series of poems called The Meridians, and I'm going to do another one from that. It's called Meridians Lucerne. Swift clip of ruse written in that Gothard massive. Breakneck through the weir, my body. Embarrassed at thoughts of jumping the Needle Dam castles looking on. Their heritage of dark centuries stuck below the downspout. Weird ascent. Sky-colored trams pull against sky. Cables of clouds. Shuttle bodies to white keys of upper registers. My voice along the balustrade. Kicked cafe tables in one. 2 lumps of sugar, alabaster, obsidian poured in it. A mash of laughter at Berryman brings women and the waiter. I order a beer and address postcards. A small account of dancers functions anonymous across the room. The women in fever make me feel nasty. Their language has its tongue in my mouth, speaks loud for loneliness, only seeks arrogance to dance or write. I walk towards them, whistling Dixie. So much American in front of me. I'm going to finish up with this one called In Michigan. If slipstream of inlet is living the life you want, This lake is the devil it feeds, a bloodbath of blue sky. Those islands are dead bear cubs, laying their bulk under heft of sun. Cardinal points drum down slaked waves to crumble at my feet. The soul is when the body's inside looks the same as out, only behind glass. My feet underwater mirror clear. I read that when humans die off, so too will sadness, our most strict invention against pleasure. But some things insist more than we do. Clutches of birds at sundown in southern panic. Last light, tearing like lions of color at trees from dunes to pier. Beauty is a wild word in summer, a dangerous perennial. My body, helpless, pilot amongst a shake of pines, tears upon tears of career-ending violets. Thank you.